This experiment I'm demonstrating today is going to be measuring the magnetic field created by a solenoid. So our solenoid is this slinky that you can see here, and what we're going to do is run different amounts of current through it and measure with this magnetic field sensor the amount of field that we're getting from created by the coil. So the parts I've got, there's a power supply here, I have a variable resistor so I can change my current, I have a push button switch so that the current is only flowing when I'm holding it down, because otherwise the current is quite high and the slinky can actually heat up. Ammeter here to measure the current, and then I'm going to be using the magnetic field sensor to test the magnetic field. So what I can get from this is in fact a value for the magnetic permeability of free space. So free space means vacuum. We don't quite have vacuum in the middle of this solenoid, but air is so close in its permeability that we should get a pretty good value for mu naught. So the other things we need to know for working out mu naught, since the magnetic field B equals mu naught times N over L times the current, where N is the number of turns and L is the length. So I've measured the length, this is 1 meter long, and I've counted the turns, and that and all of the data is going to be in the file at the end of this video so that you can graph the results yourself. So I'm just going to illustrate how we do the measurement. So the first thing is that I get the magnetic field sensor and I put it in the middle of the solenoid, and then I'm going to measure the field. Now of course there's background field because of the Earth's magnetic field, but in this experiment, since I want to just get the gradient of the graph and use that, the background doesn't matter as long as I keep the detector pointing in the same direction all the time. Okay. So now I'll start recording the magnetic field for the different currents. So I just start my recording going, press the button, and now I'm getting 2.02 amps of current. And when I look at what magnetic field that gave me, I can just select the region where it was fairly constant, get an average value, and that tells me that it was 0.2319 millitesla. So these results will be in a file at the end, and you should be able to graph them and then get a value for mu naught.